friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I feel like it looks like I'm naked. I'm definitely not naked. So about probably a year ago, give or take, I did a video called like palettes I regret not purchasing, just basically chatting about palettes that were still on my wish list that I didn't snag when they first came out. And since then, I've just been saving palettes into a folder on Instagram. And then recently, Amy Loves Makeup and Angelica both did videos talking about palettes that they still want, like older palettes that they still want. So it reminded me to go into that folder and kind of count up where I was at, see if I had enough to make a video out of it. So here we are. So this video is kind of piggybacking off of what I did a year ago, but also re-inspired because of Amy and Angelica. I will have their videos down below in case you want to see them. I like seeing what people still have on their wish list that aren't like new. I think it's exciting, I think it's cool. And especially in the time we're at now, a lot of us aren't in a place to spend money on makeup, but I do think it's still fun to kind of reflect on maybe things that have been out for a while, like what would I buy if I could buy it? And none of these palettes per se are palettes that I really think I'm gonna buy. I've kind of like just given up on the idea sort of thing. I like to buy things when they're new. Maybe some of these I'll pick up eventually, but for the most part, like, I'm not really interested in buying them now, but I do still think that they're really pretty palettes. Also, really quick before we get started, I did film this look for Instagram, IGTV. It should be up before you're seeing this video, so go check out my Instagram Beaut Bean if you want to see the tutorial, but I will have all of the makeup details down in the description box. Man, I look so naked. Just need to not. Wrong choice of outfit. So these aren't really in a particular order. I guess they're in order from like oldest to newest. But yeah, I'll have pictures up on the screen and I'm gonna be looking down at my phone a lot so I can really like look at the picture while I chat about it. This first one I had in my folder is from Love Luxe Beauty. It's the Something Gorgeous palette. This came out a long time ago. Well, not that long ago. This was like January. I guess I saved it. But I still think this color scheme is so pretty. The main reason I didn't snag this palette is because I heard such hit or miss things about Love Luxe Beauty and I just didn't necessarily want to spend the money on a risk. But I do still think this palette is gorgeous. I think this color story is so pretty. It's so springtime. I love it. That shade in the middle just calls to me. It's absolutely stunning. You'll have to let me know if you guys have tried anything from Love Luxe Beauty. They're on my list of brands I want to try this year. But just with the hit or miss reviews, I'm scared. Ooh, this next one came out May last year-ish, I guess. This is the Flower Bomb from Midas Cosmetics. This one I still think is so beautiful. It's like a rainbow palette, but it has like pastels, it has brights, it has some pressed glitters, which isn't my favorite thing, but I can look past that. I think the colors in here are just so springtime and beautiful. It would be perfect for even this time of year, like a year later. I still think it's relevant, I still think it's beautiful, and now that I've tried the Midas Smoky Glow palette, I know how good the formula is. I'm still super intrigued by this palette. Again, I don't think I'm gonna end up buying it, but I can still appreciate how stunning it is. I think the main thing that made me not want to buy it is it was a little too big for my preference. I wish it was maybe just like 6 shades less and it would have been like the perfect size for me. But I still think it's a gorgeous palette. You'll have to let me know if you guys tried that one. This one I 100% want just because of the theme and I don't need it for the theme. But it's the Spirit Board palette from Peachy Queen. This came out like early fall last year, I think, late summer kind of zone. But honestly, if it didn't have the Spirit Board packaging and theme, I wouldn't be interested in the inside at all. The inside's cute, it's grungy, it's deep, but I know it's not something that like my heart skips a beat for. I just like it for the theme. Let me know if you guys have tried anything from Peachy Queen because I've been intrigued by them, but I'm just not sure how the quality is. Like their themes are really cute, but I just haven't really heard much about the quality. This one still makes my heart skip a beat just because I'm such a fall time lover. This is the Juvia's Place Nomad palette. It's neutrals. In a sense, for me and my taste, it's more on the quote-unquote boring side, but it's just so fall and yummy. And I would love this palette, especially during the fall. I would be wanting to use this all the time, but I just knew I wouldn't really reach for it any other time other than when I'm feeling those fuzzy fall vibes. And now that I'm looking at it again, I feel like if I would have gotten it when it came out, I would have used it a lot in September when it came out, but I probably would have just had it sitting around until then. And Juvia's Place's quality is hit or miss for me. I was just talking about that in my eyeshadow palette collection and declutter. Some of the mattes are great, some of them give me trouble. The shimmers are universally pretty good, but since this palette is mostly mattes, it makes me a little nervous on if everything's gonna behave well, but I do like the selection of mattes. I'm glad it isn't just like 2 orange mattes like it usually is in Juvia's Place palettes. I still think it's really cute. This next one is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Sandra Rose palette. I just think the textures in here look so yummy yummy. I love the tones. I love that minty green and that brighter blue. I love the pink. The shimmers, I just can't get over these shimmers. They're so pretty. I heard really good things about this palette. I think what made me not end up buying this one was the fact that it's just really expensive to ship here from Australia. And I know that's a very spoiled thing for Americans to say because we get really good deals on shipping most of the time and most of you outside of the US don't. But it just wasn't something I was able to spend the money on, like the palette plus the shipping. But it is really gorgeous. I still would not hate to dip my brushes in there. Especially that Flourish shade, Bloom. It's so pretty. But I don't think this one's gonna see its way into my life. These ones really intrigued me when they came out, and I can't lie and say that these aren't still really cute in my mind, but the Huda Beauty Neon Mini Palettes, they came out last summer, I think. Yes, May 30th is when I saved this picture. But they're just so cute. I love the variety of colors. I think they're fun. They're a little chaotic, but also cohesive. I just think I'd create really fun, unique looks with these. I love a good neon. I feel like these are kind of like neons mixed with pastels. I just think they're so cute. But I haven't really tried any Huda Beauty eyeshadows before. I heard hit or miss things about these specific ones. I just wasn't sure enough to bite the bullet on these, but I still think they're freaking adorable. I thought the pastel ones that came out were adorable too, but the more I looked at them, the more I realized they were mostly neutrals with pops of pastel, and that's definitely not my vibe. This next one is the Strawberry Milkshake something. The Strawberry Shake palette. I don't even know the names of these. The Strawberry Shake palette from Colourpop. I saved this picture on July 30th last year. I think this one's adorable. My friend Rachel, I chatted about this a little in my eyeshadow palette collection, so I apologize if this is redundant, but she gifted me the Main Squeeze palette from Colourpop. She got one, I think, for herself and me. And then later when this palette came out, we were both like, dang, I wish this one would have came out first because we like this one so much more. I actually recently decluttered the Main Squeeze just because I felt like I kind of got my use out of it. So maybe now I have room for this in my collection. But at the same time, it's kind of old news. No one's really going to want to see this. I can't say nobody, but the vast majority of you aren't going to want to see this anymore. And with these monochromatic palettes, I do get a little bored with them after a while. Like, I got rid of most of my monochromatic palettes. I only have, I think, 2 of them left. So I don't think this would be a long-term piece in my collection, but I still think it's adorable. I love these pinks. It's very yummy. It's making me crave a milkshake. It's very cute. This next one is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I still think this is stunning. The colors in this are so pretty. It is a lot of neutrals, but the tones are really nice. I like the depth that they have. The shimmers look so pretty. I love that lavender-y, lilac-y color. I love that turquoise, the shimmery blue, the shimmery purple. It's a really, really pretty palette, and I heard really great things about this. The reason I didn't pick this one up is it goes past the max cap of what I'm willing to spend on a palette. My limit is $60, and this is $65. So this past that, I was not willing to spend that, and I want to stick to that because I can't justify $65 for an eyeshadow palette. And especially with the way my channel works, it's not like I'll use it constantly for months. Like, I'll use it for first impressions and a 3 looks 1 palette and maybe a get ready with me, maybe an IGTV video, but for the most part, I'm not gonna like get a ton of use out of it, unfortunately. So $65 just wasn't worth it, unfortunately. Now, if Alter Ego could dupe it, that'd be really cool because I like the color story a lot. This next one surprised me on how much I liked it, and I'm surprised that I still think it's so cute. This came out in January. This was the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. I've yet to try anything from Dominique Cosmetics. There was one that appealed to me a while back. It was like berry tones, like dark purples and pinks. That one was really cute, but it just didn't do enough for me. I probably could have included that on this list. I guess I just didn't though. But this Latte 2 palette I just think is really cute, and I think it's very spring. Can you tell that my spring vibes are like pastels and yellows and blues and some neutrals? That's just how I feel the most spring. It's so cute. But I love the tones of these browns in here. I really like the way these shimmers look, and I love those 3 pops of color. That yellow, that blue, that peach, they're so pretty. And I talked myself out of it because I know that I was mostly into it for those 3 pops of color. Had it not had those, I probably wouldn't have looked twice, but I do like how cohesive it all is. I just think it's really cute. But I didn't think I'd get enough use out of it, so I passed on that one. This one still tugs at my heartstrings. This is the Anastasia Norvina brand Mini Pro 3. What is this called? The Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 3. This was their cherry themed one. I still think this is adorable. A few of you still tell me that I'd really enjoy it. I just haven't bit the bullet on it. It's only $30, which isn't a lot, but also for a small 9PM palette it is a lot when I have like Colourpop palettes that are way cheaper. I haven't tried anything from the Norvina line yet, so I don't know personally how the quality is, but I just think these shades look so pretty. The swatches look beautiful. I love the way these three shimmers look, and the tones of the mattes are so unique and me. It reminds me of the Muerte palette, but it's not the same tones as the Muerte palette. I still think I can get by not having this, but I still think it's so pretty. Part of me wishes I would have bought this when it first came out, because now that I think it's been out for a while, I think I'm very unlikely to buy it, but it is still really, really cute. I love the color story. I think it's so fun. A lot of people I saw said that they thought that this was too chaotic of a color story, that it didn't look cohesive. To me, it looks very cohesive. But I also like weird combinations. Look at what my face looks like. I like weird color combos, okay? This next one, it's like, I love it, but I just didn't love it enough for the price tag. The Millennial Pinks palette from Melt Cosmetics. I love these shades of pink. I love the idea of pairing these baby pinks with those like dark smoky grays. I think that would be so grungy, but you could also make it pretty and glamorous. I think it's so pretty, and I love my Muerte palette and Gemini palette with my whole heart. I love Melt Cosmetics quality, but for $58, I just didn't love it enough to jump on it. And I think that's fair. If this was, I don't know, if it was $10 cheaper, I probably would have picked it up. I'm still really interested in the glosses from this line, but that's a whole different video if you wanted me to talk about makeup products in general that I still want. But this Millennial Pinks palette, I think it's really cute. I just couldn't justify it for the price. And this last one isn't really an older palette. It's pretty relevant, but I just threw it into this list anyways. But the Melt Cosmetics Rust palette, it really, really appeals to me. I know it's mostly neutrals, and I know it's that pop of bright yellow and that mustard yellow that are really drawing me in, but I love the look of all of it together. It's so yummy. I do wish this was coming out more like fall time. I think it would have been a lot more appropriate. Even though you can wear whatever you want in whatever season, that's fine. But I feel like I would have been a lot more enticed to buy it if it was fall. On top of the fact that I don't have a job right now because I'm quarantined, I can't justify spending $58 on a new palette. I just can't. I can't do it. Maybe down the road if they have a sale on this, maybe I'll snag it, but the chances are unlikely because like I said before, I like to buy things when they're fresh and new. But I still think this palette's gorgeous. I wish I had the $58 to spend, but that's just not life right now for a lot of us. Anyways, that's it. I know it wasn't like a ton. We talked about 12 palettes, so I think that was fair. What do you guys think about what I've talked about? Did you try any of the things that I mentioned? Are any of those on your wish list as well? What is on your wish list? What are some palettes that have come out that you haven't picked up yet that are still like in your brain? I would love to chat about it and hear about it from you. I really liked doing this video. If you want me to do another video chatting about just makeup products in general that I wish I would have picked up, let me know because I can definitely do that. I like just chatting about makeup right now. We can't buy it, but we can still talk about it. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave me a balloon emoji? I don't know why. I want some balloons down below. And if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. I hope your day is going okay. And I will catch you in the next video. Okay, bye.